Hello, we would like to welcome you to Alliance for Nonprofit Resources 2026 Managing Employer Requalification Training.
We would like to introduce to you your Agency with Choice coordinators. My name is Jordan Achinsky, and I have individuals with the last name starting with A through J.
And I'm Heather Mullen. I have the individuals with the last name beginning with K through Z.
Time punches and e-system. Managing employer roles in e-system. As a managing employer, you will use e-system website to accomplish a few different things. One is to approve every punch entered by your SSPs. We ask that you approve punches on a weekly basis. All punches need to be approved by the 3rd of the following month of service, no exceptions. 2. To review your support service professional service notes associated with the punch. If needed, you should ask your SSP to make changes before approving punches. 3. To complete a monthly managing employer progress note. And 4, to review utilization reports to ensure that you are not exceeding the frequency and duration in the individual's approved ISP. Time punches. As you are approving the SSP's time, review their service notes thoroughly to ensure that the content reflects the goals and outcomes in the individual's ISP. Managing employers can edit a punch, such as editing the service code, the time, or the date. The SSP punches in and out time need to be as close to their scheduled time as possible. For example, if an SSP is scheduled from 9 to 2, then they need to be clocking out at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. If the SSP goes over the scheduled time, more units are being utilized, which in the end could affect the individual's budget. As you are approving time, ensure you are looking at everything on the screen to ensure it is correct before you sign off on it. Frequency and duration still needs to be understood and followed as listed in the individual's ISP. Work week runs Sunday through Saturday, even if that means that the week runs in between 2 months. Managing employer monthly progress note.
Notice the blue arrow. This is where you're going to list all ISP goals. The goals can be found in the back of an individual's ISP under the outcome statements. You will list all of the participants' goals here. Once you have done that once, you can copy related outcome statement from month to month. Notice the yellow arrow. Down at the bottom where it says describe services provided by the pink arrow is where you are going to type what all of the SSPs worked on with the participant during the month. The frequency and duration is found in the outcome action plan. In the back of the ISP, you will find the frequency and duration towards the bottom of the outcome action plan by the red arrow. This is where it'll say how many hours per week or per month that an individual can have with AWC. You are not to exceed these hours without prior approval from the supports coordinator or AWC coordinator.
Frequency and duration and the ISP. Frequency and duration. You are only permitted to schedule your SSPs to work the number of hours approved in the ISP. Weekly frequency and duration hours are totaled Sunday through Saturday. Please pay extra attention to split weeks that go over into another month. Frequency and duration is reviewed at the end of individual's annual ISP meeting. Paperwork following each ISP meeting. If your loved one has an ISP coming up, please invite your AWC coordinator as they are also a part of their team. Paperwork you will receive following the individual's ISP meeting. One will be the frequency and duration form. This form is so that you understand what the frequency and duration is that is listed in the individual's ISP. Also, to ensure that you understand if there is overutilization in the frequency and duration, you as the managing employer will be held responsible for reimbursement to ANR. Evaluations. You as the managing employer are responsible for evaluating each SSP and how they did in the previous year. You will have to complete the paperwork, review with them, and also have them sign. Your AWC coordinator will also send you a managing employer evaluation. You will be evaluated for your managing employer role for the past year. You'll review and sign and return to your AWC coordinator. Also, you will receive the ISP and MED training. You, as the managing employer, are responsible for ensuring that all SSPs are trained on the individual's ISP and medications. Reports and rate ranges.
Your waiver allotment sheet and your waiver service rendered report are now located in eSystem. They are no longer mailed to you. To access these forms, log into eSystem. On the left-hand side taskbar, you will see Reports. After clicking on Reports, a new web page will open up reflecting your monthly utilization. Click the Download button next to the report you wish to download and view. These forms are automatically uploaded into your reports after the 15th of each month following services. It is recommended that you review these reports with your supports coordinator during your monitoring sessions. Please look at these forms once a month at minimum to ensure that you are following the frequency and duration set forth by the ISP. It is your responsibility as the managing employer to oversee that your SSP's work schedule as it fits into your loved one's budget. On the waiver allotment sheet example below, this is just going to be a quick review. This is going to have listed your participant's name. It's going to have listed the codes that are approved through agency with choice that are located in your ISP budget. You will see that it will show how much total you are allotted, how much you've used so far within the fiscal year, and how much funding you have left. Down below, it will show each product code and the breakout by month as to how much was used. If you have any questions on reading this, please give us a call, or you can also review with your supports coordinator during your monitoring sessions. The second report that you will receive each month under reports is the waiver service rendered. This will show you by unit and by code what your SSPs have used for the month and what the totals are. Required to set their SSP wage. ODP gives a wage range for each form of service. For example, in-home and community supports, wage range is between $9.92 to $25.10 per hour. Companion services can range anywhere between $9.92 to $20.20 per hour. Respite services can go anywhere between $9.92 and $17.22 per hour.
Next, we will discuss incident management. Incidents. An incident is anything that affects the individual's health, safety, or rights. An incident would include neglect, passive neglect, exploitation, abuse, a rights violation, a serious illness, serious injury, death, suicide, law enforcement activity, and a behavioral health crisis. Incident management. SSPs are mandate reporters. They are required to report any incidents that occur while they are working with the individual. Incidents may include abuse, neglect, fraud, or anything involving emergency personnel, such as the fire department, police, or hospital emergency rooms, while the SSP is on the clock. A call needs to be made to your program coordinator. You must speak directly with an AWC staff within 24 hours of that incident occurring. More information is located in your resource packet. Please do not report incident in your notes and think that is successfully fulfilling your reporting duties. The notes are looked at by the agency with choice staff weeks after they are written, not the same day that you entered them. You need to speak with an agency with choice staff directly within 24 hours. Information regarding support service professionals, SSPs.
If your SSP's car information becomes expired, the clocking in capability will be locked out in eSystem, and they will not be authorized to provide services until the necessary documentation is received, reviewed, and verified. Your SSPs get a notification pop-up every time they log into their EVV 30 days prior to the credential expiring. This serves as a reminder, so we get the credential before the expiration date. If your SSP cannot clock in and does not know why, please call your agency with choice coordinator for further instruction. Most times there's a back-end process in place that purposely locks out access until the item is discussed or entered on the back end. Do not just manually enter in their time.
And our policies. Lost or damaged property. If an SSP has an individual out in the community and has their personal possessions on them and it becomes lost, damaged, or stolen, it is the SSP's responsibility to repair or replace. SSP no punch activity. SSPs will work at least one time throughout a quarter. If the support service professional does not work once within the quarter, the program coordinator will reach out and send a 30-day letter to the managing employer and the support service professional. If that staff does not work within those 30 days, then the staff will be closed. Support service professional inactive status. Any documents or trainings that are not completed within the required time frame, a support service professional will become inactive and unable to work until the issues are addressed. If not resolved within 30 days, the SSP may be permanently terminated. Service note example. This is an example of a good service note. SSP assisted Sarah in gathering cardboard and newspaper to take to the recycling bin. SSP had to assist Sarah hand over hand with putting these recyclables together. SSP had to assist Sarah with lifting the lid to the bin. She has not been able to do this step independently. After we finished collecting the recyclables, we drove to the bank to cash our check. Sarah was able to greet the teller and hand him her check independently. She appropriately thanked him afterwards. Sarah then requested that we go shopping at Walmart. Sarah was able to select the items she was interested in purchasing without much help. On one occasion, the SSP assisted her with comparing the prices between two different brands. She needed moderate assistance at the checkout with knowing which bills to hand the cashier. The SSP and Sarah enjoyed lunch at McDonald's after shopping. Sarah was able to order independently, but again needed moderate assistance with which bill to pay with, and making sure she received the correct change in return. On this date, Sarah had to be reminded twice about appropriate social behavior in the community. Important things to know.
Slide explains the Office of Developmental Programs rules for relatives and legal guardians who provide services. A relative is defined as certain family members by blood, marriage, or adoption, as long as they are not the individual's legal guardian. Legal guardians may also provide services. However, there are strict hour limits. Any one relative or legal guardian may not provide more than 40 hours per week of in-home and community support services, companion services, or a combination of both. When multiple relatives or guardians provide support, the total combined hours may not exceed 60 hours per week. These limits are in place to ensure compliance and protect service integrity.
Acronyms. Below is a list of acronyms for you to become familiar with.
Agency with Choice has a quality management plan that reflects our internal goals. Participant-centered service is when Agency with Choice monitors the frequency and duration of services utilized monthly. Participants have the right to understand their Bill of Rights to be free from abuse, neglect, and exploitation.
Agency with Choice Backup Plan. This paperwork is enclosed in your AWC bold sign that you will receive. Below gives you directions on how to complete the paperwork.
Discuss how to contact your Agency with Choice staff. So Agency with Choice has two coordinators. We have Jordan. She handles the individuals with the last name A through J. Heather Mullen handles the individuals with the last names K through Z. We also have a director. Her name is Kelly Slayer. She is available 24/7. If you would ever have an incident or have to speak to somebody after hours or on the weekends, she can always be reached and somebody will return your call. Our IT department is for any issues with your A&R email or downloading your EVV app. Their phone number is 724-431-3704. Human Services is Alba Hughes. She is available for any issues with Paycom, your paychecks, getting into your Paycom account. And billing is Jody. She is our payroll lady. If she has any issues with your punches or your time, she may reach out to you, and it is absolutely okay for you to speak with her. These are all good numbers to put in your phone to have readily available. If one of your agency coordinators is on vacation or if they're not available, Jordan and Heather do work very closely together, and you can always contact the other if one is not available. Our agency with staff does work remotely. So if you do have to meet in person at the office for any reason, please reach out first to schedule that meeting with your coordinator.